Out reading.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
No, you gotta do. Oh, too bad.
So we'll call the meeting, safety meeting to order. And I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the last meeting.
Second.
Understood.
I make the motion, you'll second.
Okay. All right. Brody,
Sure. Thank you all for giving me the opportunity to come before you today. Rhodey Holman with Marsh Complaint Agency, and I handle the Granite County's insurance program, both its workers' compensation and property and casualty. First, we can walk through the loss runs on the work comp. Oops. Go back to one. Okay, I didn't make a bunch of copies, so I wanted to make sure we got enough for commissioners and Jackie, so, walking through these.
Yeah.
Obviously, pretty straightforward. The run date on this was, I think I got them run this on 2/25, yeah, February 25th, but, pretty straightforward. Have a few incidents, all of which have closed claim status and many of which have closed claim status. And, and no indemnity or medical payments. So again, good work for reporting those types of things, just in case something does emanate or something does happen to where the injured employee does have to go down the road, has to go and seek medical attention. We want to make sure that we're not getting in a position of late filing, which could, pose some challenges for the county. So all is good work there. We do have the one larger claim that's has closed. That was the one where we had the injured worker fall off a walkway. That's been closed for a while. So all in all, pretty darn good from a work comps perspective. Again, you've heard me say this before, I'll say it again. The risk of sounding like a broken record, but like pushing up a boulder up a hill, you got to keep pushing it. The second you stop pushing it, it's going to roll you over. So all of the good work that the commissioners and the departments and Jackie and everybody's doing from a loss control risk management perspective is paying off. It really is. And I just would encourage you to continue that push because you're making progress. So that's all good. It might not seem like you are, and it might seem mundane, and it might seem like, oh, here we go again, but it really does matter. And so I would encourage you all to continue that. As you've heard me say before, the less amount of money you're paying on workers' compensation premiums, the more money there is for other important taxpayer supported needs within the community. So any questions on the work comp report?
No. Kevin?
and Brody and Mark both have conflict meetings.
Let me just, if I could,
Sorry.
yeah, I apologize. I'm
No worries.
gonna do this again now. I just wanted to talk about the package policy real quick. Again, run date was 2/26. I don't see anything new. Miranda, do we have anything that we recently reported that we need to be talking about, or
I don't think so. no.
we've got a lot of closed claims on here as well. We do have the one open law enforcement claim, which this was the case where, someone was alleging charges were brought without probable cause. And their constitutional rights were violated. That's still out there. And you know, sometimes, the way these claims go and the legal process behind them, it's like, the legal maneuvering and whatnot, they take a long time to close. So nothing disconcerting or alarming there from my perspective. So, and then everything else is appears to be closed. So again, good work there. Anybody have any questions on those?
I don't.
We have one on page. That says it's open. On page 7. Second one down in the road. That's what
Okay.
that just happened in January.
Yeah, looks like it, right?
What auto, in 25, we had an auto collision?
Mhm.
Like in January 8th, 2025.
1-8, yeah. Road through.
So that one's still open until that's all complete.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it looks like it was reserved. It's 30. 19 has been paid, almost 20 has been paid, so there's another 10 that's reserved, so. I can certainly do a look on that, see what's that, and see if we need, if there's an opportunity to get that closed. Nick, thank you,
Anything else?
not for me.
So Dee, do you have anything for the courthouse? You need anything with maintenance?
No, ma'am. Did you get a call from Kessler? Nope. And I got an email or a message that that outside grade's picked up, and I looked at it this morning, I think I can just turn it over.
What's wrong with it?
It's thick enough and it's a hazard, somebody's gonna trip over it.
Okay, I'll look at that.
I guess I was gonna call you and
People driving on them bumps them up.
that's, yeah, we might just flip it over and maybe it'll push it back down, but it got built up with the construction and all that in that corner where it came, so it pushed it up with all that sand and shit got in there,
Okay.
so. Maybe we can look at that, I forgot to tell you.
You know, we still.
Kessler did or something, but he called Blaine got, so I looked at it this morning, I forgot about it.
No, I didn't call them or something nothing about it.
But they should go through the people that are hard to for doing that stuff. This ain't.
Val, Val and I last week, we went to trainings in Missoula and then we stopped at the 911 dispatch center. And they have a light so that if a dispatch is on a call, it's flashing. So if anybody comes into the room, they know that those people are on the phone. So Val and I are gonna look at, just how much one of those costs and maybe get one of those over to the sheriff's office as that has something to do with safety. Cause if there's conversation going on, people can understand, like, not be loud or, in the privacy of the conversation that's going on. So,
Walking right in on their lap, I mean, they left
yeah,
there.
yeah, so it was pretty, it's a good thing, good little tour that we had over there, so anyhow. So that's what Val and I had talked about last week, so. Mr. Alt,
I got nothing.
solid waste,
I don't have nothing for that either.
okay,
I'd like to know if there's any kind of training sessions available for refrigerant recovery?
We haven't been able to find anything since before COVID.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not very sure.
Yeah, I just came in and introduced herself last week and invited me to the safety meeting, so I figured I'd just.
Well, and I had talked to Brody and he had sent me some stuff on EAP and I gave it to Todd.
Right.
And
I've read a lot, it's just I don't really quite understand how this system works. You know, I've had Scott Reddy came down and showed me how the machine works. I feel like it's not working properly, but I don't know enough about it to really tell you.
Oh, that John come back up.
Yeah, Don can show me.
And
Fantastic.
if he's still worried about doing it, we'll just do it a different way, so he doesn't have to mess with them.
John used to come up here and do all the time.
What's that?
John used to come up and do all the time. John-
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to.
I'm more than willing to do it, I just want to make sure I'm doing it properly and safely.
Correctly. Gotcha.
There's so much more to it than what I learned back in the nineties. You know, everything I did was all
Everything changed.
automotive related, so it's
It don't hurt to be updated. I mean, we're all doing really good and keeping above and stuff. We just got to update and get to class or something. We'll just do that.
I just don't want to be one of the guys on his list.
that's right.
So John would come up and do it for this.
Did in the past.
Well, can he train?
I'll have him come on.
Yeah, that's what they were
Okay,
saying.
is that what
Somebody
you
to
said?
go through
Okay,
it.
all right, yeah.
Scott did it for a while out there, but he's more into IT.
No,
You know-
no, you need someone to help you to, so you can understand it. Yeah, I understand. it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Scott trained him out there though for a few years.
Right. Right.
Anyway,
Well, we'll just make sure you're comfortable with it.
Yeah, I'm not,
So is that something you have to be certified in?
you know,
Sure, I'd have to look into it.
you know, not according to EPA regulations.
No, okay.
No.
And did you say, Jackie, that you did check with Brody?
I did.
If he had any suggestions?
Yeah, he had, sent me an email with some information on,
Okay. Sounds like you probably have someone within house that can
yeah,
at least get you up to speed.
Yeah,
If there's anything that we could do, let me know. I mean, it sounds like you got it pretty well handled, but if not, let me know. We'll try and do some research on our end too.
Sure.
Not making any promises, because it sounds like it's technical, but.
yeah, they just haven't had any classes for years. And that's just the way it is. Well, now that's happened. Could we come into Peaburg and send you down to Drummond?
ever on Safety
I'll
Fest,
figure it out.
any of those? Do you know on safety? I know, I just got the new safety.
Make sure I'm not overthinking the whole thing. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. I mean,
I'll check on that.
It seems like it's a pretty specialized
Yeah,
training, but there could be up.
I'll check. Safety Fest is coming up like in Billings. I just got the email, but I haven't looked to see what classes they are offering there. I'll check on that.
Coming up when? You want to name or? Okay,
Sometime.
it's fine.
You know, whatever, that's after that.
So everybody's doing great on their safety training, been getting all of their paperwork back, and that's a huge, you know. We have scheduled a work day for the DOT policy for next week. On the 18th, I believe it is.
Yes.
We are gonna be doing a CPR training on March 19th, next Wednesday. We're gonna try to 10 in the morning, 10 in the afternoon, from 9 to 11 and 1 to 3. We'll be up in the, pardon,
What was the date?
the 19th,
Keep your first date.
yes. And, we have $977 left in the budget for safety budget for supplies. And I think the cards are like $25 a piece for, to get the certification. I didn't know if you guys wanted that to come out of the safety budget, or do you want us to charge each department, the $25, whoever takes the class out of, like, equivalent quarter sends up to 2 or 3 year.
Could that come out of comprehensive insurance? Instead of out of that budget is kind of used for gifty type things, right?
Right.
wonder if we should ask on that comprehensive, take it out of there,
Okay,
and then save that.
Yeah, because comprehensive insurance, we repair insurance and stuff, so it'd be something, if they're taking this kind of training, we should be able to take it out of that fund. I would think.
I agree.
Yeah.
okay,
There's no sense of breaking that
No,
one,
yeah.
just in case.
all right. And the road crew, did tractor motor operating training, and Paul has given me that information. And then last week, Val and I went to the Montana Liquid and Gas Pipeline Coordinator Response, tabletop exercise. So it's all been good.
Pretty much all updated right now, aren't we?
Yes.
New
The
stuff coming
road
up.
crew did operation,
Tractor mower operation training.
and then you went to, what was it?
We went to the Montana Liquid and Gas Pipeline Coordinating Response. Which was nice, because Val was the only dispatch in the room, so they called on her a lot to ask her, questions about how she would. So it was a good day. Oh, next meeting will be June 10th at 9 AM. Does anybody have anything they want to add? Means none, and we have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion with adjourn.
Any second?
Second.
All in favor?
I wanna tell everybody, thank you for doing a good job. I know there's a lot more to do, a lot more paperwork and take plans, and you gotta keep up on it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming over.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Did last week.
A few minutes before we start lunch, went quicker than we thought. No, I'm very good, man, there's stuff and getting them training, that's a big thing, training.
Yeah.
I knew that I was coming from times after we got.
And then so you, the question.
Like that,
Yeah, is it better?
yeah, it's kind of neat, smooth. So there's a couple, do we have to make a motion to say, well, really, I'll directly sign this and we'll do it.
We got some minutes.
Okay, so it was just, those amounts were just put into the wrong, they went into the general fund instead of, yeah, we tracked it down, found it,
Okay,
got
good.
it fixed, they'll,
The gas tax.
yeah, the gas tax is good, it's fine,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
they'll get it fixed.
all right.
Okay,
I mean,
Yeah, it was in the negative and there was a couple of payments that were missing, and so I asked her about it, and so they put it in the wrong fund. That's why it should always go to the clerk recorder's office to make sure what fund it goes into instead of, because they still don't really know
later they'll do
where
that.
to put some, when they get through something.
But I wanted to say this,
Yeah,
but I
that's why,
wanted to make sure.
yeah, just to make sure.
Yeah.
They start dragging stuff out, so we don't, we gotta go do something else.
Yeah. And that's a lot of people do, I lost time accidents. Yeah, so what a lost time accident would be if there was a really spot.
So this would go with the packet. It's gonna be on the agenda, right?
It is on the agenda, yes.
Except it. I wonder,
Well,
is this, was the old letter up there on the website?
Mhm.
You want to replace it? I'm sorry, I'm getting lost.
You're good.
Fine, yeah, fine. I'm just trying to get some of this caught up.
In this case.
meeting next week. We're gonna look at protocol. You get your crazy boy and me.
You gonna read my mouth? You know, go ahead.
So what we have to set up is the safety meeting in itself, the protocol, the list of duties that you do for the safety training. And just set it up, and this is especially for the road.
Yep, cause that's where we're hiring next, you
Yeah.
know, and that, we wanna make sure we
Yeah.
got everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So
so,
we hire them and they sign.
As of
It's
today.
on them.
so I think discuss who
I mean,
we
Does
get
that make
somebody
sense?
to train these
Well, that's kind of
people
what I thought it was.
on the equipment.
Yeah.
Before they need training and it needs to check off this.
Unless they got already experience.
Yeah, unless there's experience there and they can sign, they still sign on.
They have to sign
Yeah.
off, like where we read that, where they have to sign off that they've been in, you know, when they were hired, this is what they know. And I think
So
this.
we're next week, we're starting,
Seven hundred and forty-one with no lost time.
protocol on safety training for the road specifically, any
I
new
think I
hire.
recognize.
good.
And so are we gonna try to, Jackie, try to do this, will they take an annual safety thing every year? So
Well, I
they'll
think-
initially, they'll all take a safety course. There will be training in equipment.
Well, okay, so I have, is the one that we got from you guys, Brody, and Brody sent last year.
I think it's gonna help.
Oh, yeah.
But, I have made little marks where my questions are.
Okay,
Do you want Brody to look through this?
I would, just in
Yeah.
case, cause
Just
he
fine.
knows them.
Well, I'd take it back with me if it's, is it?
so what we're doing though, we're gonna have a meeting, we're gonna be talking policy and procedure next week. So,
Okay,
and then when her questions in that, we'll maybe send it to you for,
yeah, you can do that, or you could reproduce it and send it to me and ask.
Could you actually zoom in, just in case after you look at it, if you see something that you can get a hold of Jack?
Probably be more Brody that would want,
Okay.
because he's more of the safety guy than me, I mean, and maybe we can tag team it.
Maybe he
Well,
can
and
look-
maybe, well, you know what I could do is I can go through this and then I can scan this with my questions to Brody.
Okay.
I'll do that.
And maybe he,
Copy me on it.
Sure.
and he could look it over, maybe he could even be here just to, cause he could talk to Mark on state fund and that, just in case.
Yeah, I think, why don't you do that, scan it in, send it to, Brody, if you could, Brody, and copy both Mark and me.
I just think everybody gets on the same, we just gotta get, we're
Right.
looking to hire.
Yeah, I can do that,
Okay,
but I don't wanna give up my little,
take your,
my
take
marks.
your, take your work, yeah.
Want me to do your,
Is there anything else that we could be doing
I
for
still
you?
got mine that you marked.
what's
I'll
that?
do
Is
it?
there anything else from a risk management, safety, insurance perspective that we can be doing for you?
You wanna send that again?
Is there?
I'm asking you.
Mine's got.
You tell me.
Yeah, what do we need to do?
Well, you guys are doing a lot of the right stuff, and I just, encourage you to, I think it really means something if it's coming from the
Mine are all-
Yeah.
commissioners.
Oh, I
And,
maybe I'll,
you guys are the, this body is the
I'll
one
swing
that sets
down
the tone for the
Yeah.
county, frankly.
Go sit.
Then we're sending
You
out
want me to take yours?
a letter
If
to
you got time, not I.
the road crew.
I just think we all need to be on the same page and. You know what I'm saying?
Snake rattle, snake, rats.
We still have time, we're just talking about the Board of Health quarterly meetings. So,
Got 5 minutes?
so now it goes from.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, we're
Can we say that we're at 8:04?
It's till 10 o'clock.
What's that?
It's till 10 o'clock,
What is?
for the Board of Health quarterly
Okay.
meeting. I'm sure people are kind of wondering what we're talking about.
Oh, well, we're still on safety stuff, right?
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
You too, thank you.
Thanks. This is going to work.
I'm hangy baby.
One more hanky.
No.
We'll have a time.
Did you tell her what happened the other day?
No, I haven't yet.
Who's chairman of the Board of Health?
Well, no, I am not.
That's
That's what you have to determine today.
No one.
You want this? This is kind of on that little transition that Deb and I put together yesterday.
Pretty, I listened to it yesterday, it was pretty good.
It's very good.
I mean, it makes you stop and think about public health and for future. Yeah.
We got
At the very beginning.
5 minutes before we start the Board of Health quarterly meeting.
5 minutes.
Was there any public comment on the meeting we just had? No. Okay.
Excuse me. Hiccup.
On this DOT one, does it coincide with the policy, employee manual that we have now? Maybe I should look at that and make sure that there's no different verbiage than what's already in the policy.
We're kind of going off that and then updating it as pretty much as we're trying to make sure that we get it all. It's gonna be kind of hectic at first, but
Miranda, do you have an updated one? I don't know if I have a
The,
policy manual.
Say that
for,
again.
yeah, for the one you gave us,
Well, I'm just wondering, is
because
this,
I'm confused.
does this one? Cause this is not adopted, but
no.
your other policy manual is.
We didn't want to adopt it yet until we went over it and looked into it, make sure that once we go into hiring that we can ask this stuff, and we just didn't want to get ourselves too far ahead, but there's a lot of stuff in there that we've looked over that should be in there. So
Okay,
I think the main thing, that's why we're having the work session, is to sit down with the policy man and this, and then we can adopt it all.
okay.
That's my take. Yeah, it just kind of covers our butts all,
All right, and I will send that to all of them and.
yeah.
So this will be for all employees of the county. Okay,
Yeah, cause some of it will apply to, just say the road crew, some will apply to the janitor or whatever,
Right.
custodian, and then I just think we just gotta update it and try to, where they're doing all so good and everybody be on the same page. maybe after Brody gets that, look it over and him and
I
Mark.
got this from him.
Oh, so he kinda knows. I'm just thinking if he was on a, maybe on Zoom or whatever with us and then, so we don't mess up, thinking one piece is more important than the other.
And I'll scan this to him with my questions, I'll mark my questions like 1 through 3.
And that's the 19th, right?
That's the day we have to do that training,
It's Wednesday, right?
CR1 training, and it starts at 1. So I might have to have you slap my name in comments that I'm.
That's March 19th, right?
Next Wednesday, Tuesday.
Tuesday's the
Alright.
DOT policy,
Oh, okay. Alright.
the 18th.
It's
Thanks.
at the
No, I was looking at the wrong.
Oh, good, I signed up.
You got one there too.
Let's look at it.
If I clean up my hair, I can have one there too, but I got all my little notes.
Tomorrow?
I feel like I've gotten a lot from him and
Alrighty, well, it's nine,
You signed up, but we're both gonna listen.
it's 9:30 and we'll go ahead and go into the Board of Health quarterly meeting. Commissioner McClure, Commissioner Adler, Jackie Bolster, Deb Robinson, and Miranda are here, so I see Kira Khan's on. Kira, yeah, okay. I guess the big thing was who's gonna run the meeting, or who's chair, was we looking to see if we're picking a chairman? I lost my. Okay, it's called to order. I guess the chairperson will just take over until we get to the new board members. Approval of minutes, discussion, decision. Anybody want to make a motion to approve them? Last time?
I'll make the motion, I don't know if any.
I'll second.
Comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so the next one's a new board members and chairperson update, discussion decision. Have we had anybody apply? Being, I think we can run a meeting since there's a, you know, it's on here and there's a quorum. I think that's what Blaine was saying. I wish he was here, but
How many are we missing?
the chairperson and Paul's not here. But on the just the chairperson, right?
We have a
No.
community member and
Community
a
member.
member from Granite County Medical Center.
Yeah,
I'll
there's-
reach back out to them today.
Okay, I sent them both applications and I never heard back, so.
According to the bylaws, one of them has to be
Well,
on.
that's what I was just gonna
Yeah.
ask you, Jackie, cause we read that stuff and one of the county Granite County Medical Center, one of them bylaws, they has to be on.
And Jessica Martin is the one that they were going to assign, so I'll reach back out to them and make sure they get their applications in.
If you wanna move in a little closer, I'm kinda having a.
And that was dead wrong, I
Yeah,
forgot
sorry,
to
Jen
tell you,
Robinson.
you introduce
My little
yourself.
ears aren't working great today.
So I guess being that we don't have a chairperson yet, I'll just run the meeting till we can figure out what we're gonna do. The next one's a public health policy transition update with Jackie Bolster and Scott Adler discussion. We've been kind of talking about it already. We're trying to, a new policy that's gonna go into the old one for hiring, so we're just update and then we'll adopt the whole thing. That'll be next week, next Tuesday.
Well, and that's in reference to the call that we listened to and Deb listened to it yesterday.
Yeah. And on that, I got some notes on that I told the person, it's pretty much just talking about listening to them is what they're gonna cut. And it never really come down with, they're just saying, you know, that the CDC level, which will trickle down, and it's just a lot of cuts that are gonna come and hit. And that's pretty much all they talked about. It was pretty much, it just kept going back, well, this is gonna be cut, this is gonna be cut, that, you know, so That's what I got out of it, and I,
I feel like they were definitely talked about the uncertainty of the future of public roads, where the funding is gonna come from, and how it's gonna continue.
is there any comments on that?
Hey, people show their. Show the
I,
photo.
we've been so busy this morning, waiting to-
Show the what?
I was supposed to tell them if they're gonna be on it, their picture has to be
Oh,
on.
you're about to see that.
But,
I can, I know, just got.
but that's only if they talk, I don't think they need it if they're just
No.
listening, right?
You can-
Yeah, no, only if they wanna make a
We're,
comment, so
we're
we
still
know.
in the Board of Health and you can announce it for the regular
Yeah.
agenda meeting.
Yeah, next meeting, yeah, okay, thanks. Alrighty, so did you have any more comments on that, Jack, or Deb, to listen to? Okay, the review Board of Health bylaws.
Yeah, so, teamwork here, we, met with Deb and Jackie and we, looked at the, current version, which is very old. And, so, I think we made changes to make it applicable to what we're doing, what the Board of Health doing today. Let's see, I don't know that, is Paul on Zoom?
No,
Alright, so you don't have a quorum without him,
We don't?
no,
I thought as long as it was two of the commissioners, and
Well-
then there's Paul and.
well, it's a, five-member board, I think you have to.
Kira's on.
Yeah, I don't know, or if you could call him and get him on,
He's at some town, headed some town sale.
He's traveling.
you could have it, guess we could look at it and then, you could have it on the agenda here, you know, I
We
mean,
can just do
Yeah.
a discussion, Blaine, and
Yeah.
not make a decision until he's here, that would, right?
yeah, that would be good. There's some, interest in board membership, or is that, okay,
In the hospital, I'll reach back out today.
Yeah, she was, when we talked about, she was gonna get a hold, because it says one of them has to be on there, so. if That, and we'll be all right.
let's see, the other changes were that we'll review it every, or the Board of Health will review it every 2 years.
2 years.
2 years, which is good. but
Review.
The bylaws, yeah. Nothing really.
I don't think it
significant.
changed really, not significantly.
Oh, and it's, put on here, just, the only other thing was, review Board of Health bylaws with a decision, but we can always table out, but the rest of them are just for discussion.
Yeah,
On there, so we're all right,
yeah,
just discussing, then we can tell them.
yeah, the bylaws we put on. Any other questions you guys have on the bylaws?
No, I don't.
No.
All right, being that, we'll move on with that, and then next one's a report with Chad Lannis, he's not here, I don't know if he's calling in.
I don't know.
All right, well, we'll just keep moving on. Amanda Boy, how do you say it? Boyer, he's not here either. I guess you're next, Deb. With the vet
Well, I
report.
can tell you that, our survivor lock-in with Amanda was canceled just for lack of participation. We had 0 kids sign up. So really getting the kids involved in activities has been tough.
She tried, I don't know if there was a disconnect with the schools or what happened there.
It's tough to draw people out.
All righty, set up, do you have anything else with
I
that?
do. All right, so, public health, we've updated our transport plan, which I think is part of their package. We've been working on our foodborne investigation plan, which will be up next quarter. Jackie took FEMA training, which is 120C, and it's, basically on how incident command works, how to put it together, and how it runs. She also worked with the Red Cross and getting the Drummond shelter registered. And we are looking at our 25-26 tasks. As far as funding goes, the state tells us it's business as usual. They have the money for this quarter. They don't know about next quarter. It's just an uncertain future. We are reimbursable grants, meaning we do work and then we bill them and get paid, which is a little bit different than a grant that just gets paid. It seems like they're focusing on the workspace, not so much the education space. So, we'll wait and see. Our policy and procedure grant, we have been working on branding. We have a logo and a mission and vision statement. We have worked on an internal communication plan. We're working on an internal strategic plan for the next 5 years. As we work on our strategic plan, once again, we would love to work with Granite County Medical Center as they go through their community health assessment and really see what the community needs rather than just guess. Our maternal child health grant, we have a student prevention health fair on April 28th. That will be in both Phillipsburg and Drummond. Hall will attend in Drummond. And it's simply for the students. We would like to also invite some homeschool kids if we can tap into that. There's always room for people anyone that wants to set up a booth for prevention. We will have the Blue Cross Blue Shield man there. We'll be giving Tdap to the 6th graders. And just a lot of prevention activities will be happening. In our vaccine world, we haven't given a ton of vaccines this quarter, but I feel like we slowly are picking up with our general vaccines. We do have a few flu shots left and COVID shots left. We also have a good stock of vaccines for pretty much everyone in our fridge. So if you walk in, we've got it. Our health education grant is our new grant. I just got notification that will begin in March of 2025. Commissioner Adler, you should see that coming to you to sign. For this, until next fall, it will simply be outreach, just really outreach to our public about general communication and health education. And then in the fall, we'll teach the 6th graders. The program is Power Up, Speak Up. And it was developed in Montana. It's just simple decision making and just really accepting each other for our differences. We're continuing to monitor measles. I worked with Dr. Khan. We put together some letters for the parents and for our providers that will go out today. I updated the number of cases on measles today. And I'm telling you, every week it grows substantially, and we just really want our community to be prepared and educated as we move forward in this territory. We have about, I figured maybe 20% of our students in our schools that either do not have an MMR or are missing a record of an MMR. So that's a pretty significant amount. Also, our conference Confluence 2025 is April 8th through 10th. There is a session for Board of Health members. It starts, I think, the afternoon of the 8th and goes through the 9th. So all board members are welcome to join.
The MMR is required unless there's some type of
Exemptions. We have we have a fair amount of exemptions in our schools.
You say it was like 22%.
20%.
It's effectively not required if parents don't want to do it. They don't really have to present much information other than I want an exemption. So it's not a medical exemption. And I don't actually think it's even necessarily a legal exemption. So we should not really, it's not technically required.
Yeah.
good for it.
And we're seeing some of our daycares be tested when it comes to immunizations. The new law is kind of iffy. So far, all of our daycares have put their foot down and said they will only accept vaccinated children, but it's a tight walk for them. They've been approved to accept unvaccinated children also.
I had the shot and got the measles, but I assume it was probably a lesser case of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, most of these cases are in unvaccinated people, they're not vaccinated.
Do you have any other comments? Dr. Kara Khan, sorry.
Yeah, no, that was really kind of the only thing that I had on my agenda today is just making sure that kind of as a community and working with Deb with the school of making sure that we have a kind of plan in place and some communication out to families at the moment so that they know what to expect and what our risk is locally. And that we are kind of aware of a plan so that if and when we end up with a measles case, we know what to do with it.
Sent something to the schools yesterday. We got a health alert notice on travel, and I know they're taking some kids to DC, so I just sent it to them, reminding them they're starting to travel in uncharted territories. They should really check their immunization status before they start taking those students to other states.
They're leaving Sunday. So.
Yeah, so I did send something to school yesterday.
Thanks.
Do you do, spring sports physicals?
We don't.
Okay.
They do it at the hospital.
Yeah, and they do it on a certain day and it's pretty cheap,
Yeah,
25 bucks.
and we have plenty of them in our island and a bunch, so we're in good shape.
But if you miss, I think if you miss their day, then it's probably the regular price, cause they have a set date.
All right, any other comments? Any comments for the board?
You, gonna advertise the position for the board or,
We kind of thought we had to do it.
oh, yeah.
And Miranda gave me the openings of boards, so I put them in Hall and Drummond and.
Get the word out.
Yeah.
All you do-
Alrighty, well, thank you, everybody, and I take a motion to adjourn. I guess that's about it for today. Don't have people here.
Can I ask a question? So it on the agenda, it says that there's another Board of Health meeting next month. Is that correct?
April 15th.
I think that was if we were trying to find somebody that we could put as chairperson. So
Yeah.
keep looking like that.
Yeah, and the bylaws could be put on
Yeah.
there. So, yeah,
Let's
it's kind of a special meeting, but
We could talk measles again, see where we're at.
Is that answer you?
Yep. And but that one is at 9 o'clock, and then our quarterly meeting that will next be in June will be at 9:30. And I just have to block out my schedule for patients. So if it's at 9, I block out certain patients. If it's 9:30, there are different ones. So
Yeah, we'll just stay with that and then we'll kind of stay on the same page.
yeah, that works for her.
Yeah, does that work for you?
9:30 in June, 9 o'clock in April.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so I, have, accept a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn the public health, Board of Health meeting, County Board of Health. meeting.
So you,
I'll second it. Any public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.
thanks.
Yeah, if you could make sure and reach out to them. Again,
I will, right now.
their bylaws, it does say it.
We did say that it was going to assign Jessica Martin and that Michelle was gonna apply, so I'll reach back out.
Good.
I get around to the April.
Get too hot here, what's going on?
Well, it's hot.
We should go
Yeah,
downstairs,
well-
so you got that door open.
Yeah, my office does that too, so there's a thermostat issue going on. Well,
There's something, I mean, I'm born, I got. It was hot.
Door downstairs wide open, so it's really cold down there.
Don't
Oh,
even say it.
They're working
They're
downstairs. And see the vehicle, it's like battery operated.
I wanted to bring wood in.
That's
They're,
exactly what I said. I'm
moving the dirt out or was it?
Yeah.
Oh, for
elevator.
the.
So that was like, I need one of those for wood, because that's what.
Coming right along, it'll be good.
Yeah, bathroom's looking good,
Yeah, I took a little tour up there the other day.
yeah.
It'll be
Did you
nice.
thank the commissioners for your gift?
Oh, the new bathroom?
No.
The baby,
Thanks, Blaine.
the baby changing station? in the men's
Oh
bathroom?
my God.
Where the
You're
toilet-
in the
Employee
seat
thing,
of
the employee appreciation.
Oh,
Candy bar.
shit. I got a Twix, thank you for the Twix.
That's what I got.
Yeah,
Thank you.
enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you guys, appreciate everything.
That was great. Keep on naming, David.
Thank you for the baby chase.
I mean, at least for the 21st century with a baby station
I know.
in the men's bathroom, so.
Even just having one in the women's bathroom would be nice, like downstairs, there's not a changing
Yeah, there
station.
Yeah, you're right.
Valerie Carter, she texted me and thanked me big time.
Cool. Yeah.
Did you get a thank you? Did you get a thank you?
From
Anyone?
Anyone?
From giving that appreciation,
Appreciation.
candy, a little card, you know, that thank you from the way.
Mhm.
Thank you for being my partner. Thanks for putting up
I
with me.
specifically told someone in the road department to thank you.
Really?
Maybe some kind of. Give
Did
him a
they
chance.
forget?
Give him a chance,
It's early.
yeah.
Give them one, give them one thing, then they want something else.
Did you tell them where we are in days?
No, we're 741 days without an accident.
Wow.
Alright,
As of
What?
today.
741 days without an accident.
741?
Wow.
I'd like to have a little thing up, but it scares me.
I know.
yeah, don't talk about it too much. The Grizz were playing in a U2 nights ago, the announcer said, and this player from the Grizz hasn't missed a free throw in 14 attempts and
Yes.
he's missed out.
Go up and check out the baby worship thing.
Choose your baby.
Pressure washing, you're coming through there like.
I've had my fill of changes.
Grandchildren, they bring them to you, here, will you change it? And it's like, no, you can't.
I did mine.
You get to choose.
It is spec to like 75 pounds or something, so they're expecting big babies, I guess.
Well, I think when you think about like,
Might be twins.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, twins, yeah. 75 pounds though.
I've seen some
but when
kids
you
at
think
75
about
pounds.
the
Yeah.
not wearing
autism
diapers.
scale, there's, you
Oh,
know, those
okay,
5-year-olds that are.
I didn't know if you wanted to put this on the website.
I did send Miranda the website of this.
Okay.
So that
Yeah,
it
it's on-
can be watched.
It's already on there. It's under useful links
See that?
on the.
May I see that?
It was pretty good and it wasn't long, it was good time,
That
out
was
of
an
time.
hour.
Yeah, it was just an
The
hour.
question and answers at the end were probably just as good as those.
Man, I got
Almost
more out of
better.
him than I did.
I know, I always get more from the Q and A's than.
Well, we still got 10 minutes before the.
I think what we really heard is that federal level is the level that's targeted right now. It's gonna trickle down eventually, but right now it's that federal level that's. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the state monies are getting their passed through.
And I thought they didn't award us, but. It's taken so long ever since I got here to get it through.
Yeah, good job.
Do you expect a lot of people for 11 o'clock?
That, from what I heard, that's kind of my deal, and moved it upstairs, but we're not gonna have Zoom up there, but I just kept getting calls are coming, and it was last minute deals.
What are the comments, is it personal property, rather they want, or property, right? Yeah. People wanted to revert back to them.
And
Yeah, that's right.
there's so many rumors out there, they just need to, you know, more of a
Yeah, informational, yeah.
to talk about it, and see what goes on, you know. But yeah, it sounds like a pile of them are coming, cause there's a petition out there already. It's all good.
I have concerns if there's a bunch of people if they make it a walkway and the dam bursts, then we have to go find them. I mean, think about that.
Well, there's so much that I counted a bunch of things, I've been doing my homework on it.
I mean, there's a lot of
But,
us.
yeah, there's expense to even doing.
We're going off the highways everywhere.
Register if you step on the trail. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
have a good day.
You love it.
See ya. Yeah, potentially having the MRL folks talk about all the different options or
Yeah.
refer to.
Yeah, it's, I gotta look. That's what. Brenda has got
Do I
for
go
me.
tell them that the CPR will come out of comprehensive?
Comp insurance, yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's better to do that than take, break that.
it's
out.
part of,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe saying, the Emerald folks will give their explanation and then we'll have public comment until after they're done with them. I mean,
Yeah, I better write that in there, please. Couple minutes early, but we'll go ahead and go into and I'm gonna ask when people call in or speak that they view their face so we know who we're talking to. Is that how to say it?
yeah, so if they're on Zoom during the meeting, they don't need to show their video, but if they're, gonna give a public comments or
Cameras
question.
and mics on.
Yeah,
Okay, so on that note, we'll move ahead and go to, a motion on the board minutes for March 4th.
I will make a motion to accept the board minutes from March 4th, 2025.
Second them, public comment? Being none, all in favor?
I.
maybe we're checking for.
Announce that Paul isn't here.
I said it. And Commissioner Klosky is not here today, and nor is he on Zoom, just Blanche and I and Blaine and Miranda.
And our rep will explain what's happening, give options, commission may then have questions, or come up with reserve for after the MRF.
Let me add something to the safety minutes, because Sheriff Dunkerson, I just found this. He said, they conducted fire evacuation and drills and inspected smoke detectors and fire extinguishers at the jail yesterday. And it'd be nice to add that to safety minutes.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the first one's from say Alexander Skol, he's a fish wildlife parks lawyer, legal agency legal counsel. And it's on given the lake elevation and the fact that snowpack has not increased. Montana Fish Wildlife and Parks does not see a reason to increase the outflows at this time. We'll bring this up during the dam tenders, but it wasn't correspondence.
Yeah, that was the not in favor of 20 CFS, but are in favor of 15, yeah.
I'm gonna part of it too, it's just second page, it's same thing. The next one's from Blaine Bradshaw to Dan Brewer. This is we were asking if we, once we looked at this, another dam tenders, if we're thinking, looking at the we had to go up to 20, we're trying to do it a week ahead, so if we had to, that we could go ahead and ask for it, so waiting an extra week. It's probably gonna go with elevation out for the dam. The next one from Ruby Kirk, and it's on Rails to Trails proposal letter of support. Do we look at this now or leave it till 11 o'clock?
It's up to you, I mean, I think it's more relevant for the later one, but, you can talk about it now, go on, and of course, one.
I
So
think-
one thing, I guess, is, being there's documentation, we want documentation for both for and against. And we need it compiled and kept in separate files, so that.
I agree with your glass, because I got another one right here too.
And here's another one.
Yeah, don't book or folder.
Did I lose one? Was there 2 or 3?
Should have 2 there, I got a 3rd one here.
Oh.
So Blaine, would this be a situation where majority rules, or is it still?
You know, it would be the commission considering the comments and then, weighing in, cause, except for me, it sounds like MRL was wanting something to the county if you're interested in partnering with something, but if you're not, then
Okay.
you're not, so it's ultimately.
I just, oh, thank you. I'm just, thanks.
And for my questions to them, I think they could, potentially work directly with the Trails Association too, but I think they'd like having county involved with, I'm interpreting what they said last time.
And the next one's from Scott Dunkerson, and it's on the DUI task force members saying Amanda Boyer is tobacco education specialist with Kenneth Fusion is licensed addiction counselor. They're all working locally.
Recommend them be on the task force.
So he's recommending for someone to be on the board, then they need, if they're interested, they need to fill out an application to be on the board.
Did Keena do a letter of interest?
No,
She was gonna come in on the 25th.
and I think she still wants to.
Yeah.
Who was?
Keena was gonna just come in and talk to you directly. Yeah, someone else did a letter of interest in there.
D,
D. Hutcherson did, so.
Okay. Is there
that's
any,
on the agenda
Yeah.
later.
any public comment on the correspondence? Means none, we'll move ahead to public comment on the matters with commissioner's jurisdiction. Any public comment? We're a few minutes early. Yeah, on that meeting, I guess we can talk about it, public comment, because I've had quite a few calls. We just got, some of them are really upset. We just gotta kind of hold it to them.
Yeah, I mean, hello,
Morning.
Morning.
How's everybody?
good. Yeah, a lot of people, yeah, it's good, but, no, I mean, yeah, they can't, no one should be upset or it's the neutral.
We'll get more information out of them.
Let's make sure I'm here on the right day and the right time before I sign it. I think at 10 o'clock, on your agenda today is,
Board minutes,
no, yeah, that's why I'm here.
we're in public comment right now.
Gotcha. Now, this is about Montana Rail Link abandoning this for, is it 11?
11, up in the courtroom.
Oh, it's the courtroom.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people coming.
Yeah, okay.
It won't be on Zoom either, because at the last minute I had it moved up, that's my bad, but
Yeah.
they just, people kept calling saying we, by safety, we can't have all of them in here.
Okay, so it's, I just had it the wrong time. It's
Yeah.
at the courtroom, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay,
See you
thanks.
then.
See y'all later.
Okay. Good to see you, Miranda.
Good to see you, Scott.
Not good to see the rest of us? See you, Eli.
All right, is there any public comment? That was Scott Lyons that was speaking, he signed in, but he was just here an hour early.
You'll have to sign in upstairs.
We have it up there.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, kind of shoved a bunch more.
That's okay.
Get it lean and then the help or get it all.
Yeah.
We'll be all right, take a little bit, and if it overruns a little bit for people can speak, that's just what we'll do today.
We'll have to call Joe on the conference phone. Joe Gentry.
Okay, all right. Was he the main one that spoke last time, or was it?
He was on Zoom.
He was on Zoom, it was,
Joe.
Rob.
Roscoe.
Yeah,
Roscoe,
Yeah.
yeah,
he'll be here.
He'll be here.
yeah,
Which will be
he's, he knows his town.
Any public comment?
Just Ashley's on?
Just Ashley Melanie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm front and center right
I
there.
know.
Yeah, you're right.
But as soon as I speak, it's
I have it just fixed right now.
Oh, okay.
It's-
That's fine, I don't,
I think it's
I
working
don't want to
good.
be on there,
It works good to toggle, I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
yeah.
And Scott hasn't stuck his tongue out too many times.
Keep him in check.
Lance has a pair of steel toe boots. My shin's about
That
broke.
works, that works,
Yeah,
that
that's
works
right.
better than video, huh?
Ready, we want to start working.
Did you do? That changed a little bit. So
I looked at the,
Oh, I didn't see it happen. Public comment. Yeah. Lance changed or something, but it's really good. We can go ahead and send that out.
Yep.
It was already been on the agenda and we accept it. We just-
You have it on the agenda again, I think. Good.
what's that?
yeah, with the policies. I printed out the policies to attach to it. With the letter.
So do they, is it something where they have to sign it and return it?
Well, we already had it on the agenda that we was gonna write a letter and send it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna get a letter. Should be good.
We're ready.
Oh, okay, good. Yell at my kids for saying duh. That's not a word.
Slang. Big one now, they say bruh. Even to a girl, they'll say bruh.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Say, what's that?
They'll say bruh, I mean, that's kind of, what, you
So if I were to say it, I go, hey, bruh,
know, yeah.
don't kick me that hard.
Dog, and
Mhm.
that's not disrespectful, it sounds disrespectful.
One that bugs me is took
Yeah.
or taken. Is it took or taken?
Depends on how I bring it out. I know she's going after me on that one. I know, it's fine.
All All does it too, and I just.
Or, local schools let us down, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Didn't you guys have English and grammar and correct pronunciation?
I see there's a roll top desk on Facebook, $500, looks just like that.
Really? What are we doing with that anyway? Is the sheriff gonna take it or?
I'll take it if something else.
That rest of that stuff, if somebody don't come get it, I guess maybe we can have the road crew haul it down and put it right at John's site where it says free goodies.
You don't wanna put it on any type.
It does come apart, you know, off comes off. Easier.
I'm talking about the other stuff, not the whole.
It doesn't have any value.
Mm-mm.
Nobody's, I think they took 2 or 3 things, but
Yeah. That's it.
it's just gonna be, it just keeps getting cluttered. People are gonna start bringing more out of their offices. We'll have so much shit out
Just
there.
take it to the dump if it's not worth anything.
Yeah,
Metal, you could throw in the metal thing, like that desk could go in the metal thing at the dump,
The
right?
microwave works, they said, but
It does. Takes like 7 minutes.
Hmm?
microwave works
it
if
just
you want
takes a lot
it.
of time.
That microwave is probably 50 years old.
Yeah,
I would not doubt that.
yeah, no one's gonna grab it, I don't think. But I gotta move out the table that's out in Claudette's out there, and I can put this one there. But, yeah, no one else.
See,
can take
there's
it.
gonna be more stuff out.
It's coming,
It's just gonna become a big junkyard.
I know, I've been meaning to put this out there, but there's no room.
Dragging out said when they come to get that other, take it to
Unless
the.
someone wants it.
yeah, what does it have in it?
Nothing.
Okay, we've advertised and we've told the public that it's available, right? Just for-
No, I didn't put it to public bid.
Do we need to? We just,
I thought we were just keeping it.
yeah, word of mouth.
If you don't think it has value, it doesn't need to.
It has no value.
But, yeah, I'll grab the, don't do that yet until I grab the, I gotta do that sooner or later.
Well, it's just getting every week, there's a couple
Yeah.
more pieces and it's just gonna keep getting.
Well, if the road crew, I guess,
Did
can-
you just put some more stuff out there?
Mhm. That's what I'm trying to.
I would just need help carrying that up there.
Yeah.
So,
We can bring the road crew up and get one of them little things that get under it, like this, put it right up.
alright,
Furniture moving.
yeah, you might ask some Paul or me to.
I can, or you can. It don't matter, you can ask, you can,
Right.
I mean, then you'll know when you wanna do it, have everything ready.
Yeah.
There, yeah, he'll be in here in just a little bit, we can
Alright.
ask him too.
Alright,
Is there any public comment? Yesterday that wind, wow,
yeah,
supposed to be crappy tomorrow, isn't it? And next day supposed to start getting, don't rain next day or so.
lots of bugs.
They said it was raining in Missoula this morning,
Was it raining?
that's what they were taping.
Yeah, 35% chance of rain. And next Monday, 35%.
Did they play state yet? Basketball?
This week, girls and boys at Civic Center. The girls might even start earlier, I'm not sure. Should be some good game,
Where's it at?
Civic Center.
Oh,
Dude. They've added, well, divisionals was there, they've added seats in the last few years, so there's a little more, but it's still probably packed.
yeah, I went over that one time. Boy, it was packed. Who's the top people? Is there still any?
Hawaii's Box Elder, Manhattan Christian would be good, yeah. Yeah, no one came within 30 of Manhattan Christian. They got 3 6'8" guys, and 2 of them on the bench. I mean, so there's one post player that's like 6'4", compound fractured his ankle.
That suck.
But they're stacked.
How many kids are in Box Elder School? They got quite a
Yeah,
few.
I don't know, they used to be beat.
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering.
I don't know, they got some athletes, so, but
Running
their best player from last year's got a pin in his ankle. I don't know what he did to it, so he's slowed a little bit. Yeah, 'cause they beat Manhattan Christian last year.
Oh, wow. Is anybody from this side in still?
Sealy,
Really?
yeah, they beat Lincoln's, the challenge.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, Sealy improved a lot, yeah, I guess.
Who's top of the girls?
That, or.
Tori.
How are you?
Good.
But,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, there's
Yep.
some teams that are playing.
Been giving them to you for a week,
I know.
I just can't remember.
Or your usual spots, someone took my spot.
Was there any public comment? Couple minutes and.
How many are we doing? It's 6428. 27. Oh, did you put it away already?
I just stuck it in there, 'cause I had so much crap laying here. It's 6428.73, 9.24. Below 24. It's come up a bit. Last week was 8.8, went up to,
So we lost some water.
looks like it. Had some, was it 8, now it's
Oh,
back
it's
up to.
because it's going 15 maybe. Finally going 15.
Agenda item, Blanche, he just handed it to me. All right, well, we'll go ahead is there any public comment? Being done, we'll go ahead and go into the weekly report with Road and Bridge Superintendent Paul, and then Solid Waste Weekly Report. And, yeah, go ahead.
We're just mechanic and, changing a couple of graders over, putting the rollers back on, taking the wings off. And, putting the picks on. Gonna start biting a few roads as soon as this gets just a little better. Most of what we got going on is rocks rolling in the roads,
Yeah,
but that's just the way it is. When the sun comes out, there'll be a lot more of that, and then pretty quick it'll slow down. But people call, they won't stop and pick a rock up that big, they'll call. Yeah, I mean, God forbid. But, yeah, other than that, everything's going good.
all right, well, the other part for the review of the current road on at 10:30, we'll wait a few minutes. Any public comment on this other? Not a lot going on.
There's not, we're not having much culvert issue or anything, it's just kind of slowly, everything's going pretty good.
5% chance of rain on Thursday, dude.
It's gonna come, I will just come and get rid of it. And then there will be a couple of 1 foot dumps.
Yeah. Yeah. Not over yet.
Well, we want that in the high country, leave us alone down here.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead, just being there's no public comment on the other, we'll jump into that review of the current road gravel needs and bidding trucking needs for 2025. We put this on last week, just so we get it on in case there was an emergency like for truck, same as we do every year. And the bidding on the gravel is, we're probably gonna end up going for, I was like 12,000 yards instead of 10,000, but I mean, that's something they should,
How many yards do we have it?
We don't have any.
It's all gone.
all
Yeah,
the 15,
Everything's gone.
that 15.
Yeah,
So we don't have any gravel left, so.
none, everything down in the middle fork that we crushed, that's all gone. If we need a dump truck load of gravel, we gotta go to a gravel pit right now.
Which is probably better that way than us going out there and doing a whole bunch more, but
Like you said, we're gonna need, I agree. Scott. I see that list there. But I also see that we're gonna be doing negotiations for Lake Shore Drive soon.
Next.
Well, we
next
can.
week.
And what,
I was just gonna say, I just don't think this really should have anything to do with that.
well, would we want extra gravel if we have a negotiation and we work a deal with Forest Service?
Oh, yeah, for sure, but I think that'd just be a different bid, wouldn't it?
Would it?
yeah, cause then we're gonna see who's gonna contribute that, and then we can set it up and move ahead, like when Cameron comes in and like Store said, them guys were talking about helping. This stuff here is just the maintenance that we do every year, and this is the lower valley where we need to take more down there this year. Cause we're getting behind and like out more levels and that stuff, that's, you know.
Yeah, we've just been focusing pretty much on the upper valley, it's kind of gotten most of it for the last couple of years, and we need to put more down in the lower valley, kind of equal it out a little bit. But I will say we're gaining. You know,
Where would you want to deliver to, all of it?
And you
or-
make some copies of that.
we wouldn't deliver, we just,
So this list that you have is where the gravel that's needed on those particular roads.
yeah. And it's all estimate, you know,
Right.
I mean, we could have a shit storm come up and have to haul a bunch up here to some road that got washed out, or who knows, you know.
Yeah.
But we
So,
would just do like, what we always do is, for the bid, we just bid it. You know, in the pit, and we just haul it out of the pit.
But the county would haul it, or would be?
No,
would
the
be
county.
The county. would-
We would, yeah, the county would haul.
Okay. Do you wanna, put in a proposed delivery fee and see it, or not,
Well, I think a proposed delivery fee would be good.
then you can decide?
If, you know, how we normally do it is we have a gravel price,
Yeah,
and then so many yards delivered to Beaver, and so many yards delivered to Hall. And I don't really know why we do it, because we always go get it ourselves anyway. But it shows what it costs to get it.
okay.
It shows what it costs to get it there too, though.
How much would you want each place there?
Well, it all depends on what these guys wanna,
Okay,
you know,
and like what you said last year is that it's pointless to take gravel from the north end and bring it to the south end. And we've got a gravel pit in the south end, and we've got gravel pits in the north end, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, at $4 a gallon for diesel, you gotta go to the closest location. Within reason.
this is something that, I know we put the bid out there and whoever wins the bid gets it, or are we splitting it?
What we did last year, well, everybody's gonna bid, say we put 12,000 yards out or whatever. Everybody's gonna bid on that 12,000, and then you guys are gonna say, okay, we're gonna put 8,000 yards in the Drummond area, so that'll be that, and we're gonna put 4,000. And you take two different bids so that we're not trucking it so far.
Okay, so one thing that Scott, that I wanna visit with is on the gas tax that we get, we keep the gravel in culverts. So the gas tax did have BARSA funds, which were extra funds that came in last year. And they won't have the BARSA funds this year.
So,
Okay, that's what I was researching
yeah,
on. Okay, so we still need the gravel.
so maybe we better just go with 10.
No, what I'm saying is, we need the gravel. I think that whatever we are going to get from gas tax, we have to supplement with PILT.
Well, I totally agree with you, because I think we're moving ahead and the roads are getting better, and if we don't, we're gonna get further behind, it's gonna cost us twice as much. I totally agree with what you're saying.
Okay, so, I
I
mean,
think,
we don't wanna get not enough.
well, I think on this, yes, we can make a motion and figure out how many yards of gravel, and then we'll have once we get that figured out, in a couple
Yeah.
weeks or whatever, then we'll see who bids and what's, and then we can go through each one. And then we'll have like Paul in there too and say, we need to
Okay,
take
so-
it, yeah.
Okay, so what I would like is if we just keep the gravel out of the gas tax, and if we have to anticipate funds from PILT put into the gas tax, so we can see where we are instead of using funds in PILT and put it in the road, we need to keep track of the gravel. Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Okay.
No, I'm glad you
Yeah.
explained that. And then, yeah, and so on that, we just entertain a motion, it's up to, I wish Paul was here, because with 10 or 12, I think if we can afford it, we better go for 12.
I think, yes, I think we have to, 12. Is
No.
12 enough?
Money is, I mean, obviously 15 is way better, but
Can we look at 15?
We'd have to look into it pretty much, we'd have to have another meeting and just maybe put it back on the agenda for next,
what if you bid 15, what if you put it out for 15? And then the bids come in for 15, well, that doesn't mean you have to buy 15.
I guess that's what I'm worried about, if you're putting paper in your bid for 15, do you have to take all 15?
Yeah, I think we put out the bid for 15, but we could have language in there that we could, accept, or could, actually take lesser amount.
Couldn't
Put
just
that
say
in the
up
bid.
to 15.
Yeah, up to 15.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
guess, didn't, I was like you.
the only reason I say this is our smear campaign. And it makes us look like we're hoarding because we do have funds in PILT. And it's not just a rainy day account, like we have to spend it and we have to get the fair amount of gravel. I am for getting the fair amount of gravel, and we're gonna need to dip into PILT funds to make sure that we're gonna have to, because the roads are such. Am I making?
No, you're perfect,
sense
you're
at
right
all?
on there, you're on.
Okay, I think 15,
We could put your motion as is up to 15, just in case we get
Okay.
short or something, and
Yeah, that way, we're not redoing it again. It's already done, it's passed, here's your bid up to 15,000. If you buy 5,000, well, then you buy 5,000, but.
I guess on that note too, and then if you got into some place, then you wouldn't have to go back and try to redo it, we need just to finish this and then it's done for a few years, then we have that extra. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
And, I'm going to mention this now because I talked with Paul and mentioned to him this process, it's called reclaiming roads. And he's gonna check with, Bighorn County, they do it. And what it does, it's a machine that goes in and chews it up, and then it throws dust pods in to bind it up. And I was thinking that for Lakeshore, there was some kind of agreement on that, but then Paul said there was no base left
The
in
material.
to
so
be
bad
able
up there
to
that-
do that.
Yeah,
But it's, Treasure County did, what's that?
The thought was potentially Forest Service doing a little over
Yeah.
time, yeah. Working
Yeah,
with
no,
that.
you know, it's something, that's what we said, we'd work with them and that, like, that's, I guess, I'm glad we're looking into other
Yeah.
stuff, and then that Matters is coming up, and they got some new stuff coming out that maybe, you know.
Well, like these dust pods, they find the dirt, I mean, yes. And Treasure County did.
Somebody got to him.
And who gave you that? And you're not even wearing it. I'm just saying that Treasure County did 6 miles of, what do you call it, chip and seal, chewed it up and redid it. And made it like a brand new road they did it for 200,000, that was.
It's gravel roads you're talking?
And it does gravel roads too.
Oh, but, okay.
but she's talking about asphalt.
Oh,
Yeah, this was asphalt, but they do gravel too.
okay.
And it's just something that maybe if we could do something, look into something like that. And the ones like the half mile we have that needs possibly
Going to
redone.
drawn, there's, all our asphalt roads could use it.
Yeah, I mean, this is just an amazing thing that you take what you have and you use what you have and chew it up and make it.
How much is that machine?
Ooh, that machine is 500,000. Did you look at the machine too?
I looked at it, yeah, but they'll have it.
But they lease them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, just something to think about.
No, it is, I
he's
mean,
already called me from John Deere, so they'll have there sitting in Great Falls.
Yeah,
it's something to go look at,
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta have a few more options than that, maybe something will pop in, and you never know.
just something that, like I said, it was pretty mortifying the way we were treated by our representatives, all I'm saying, and on paper, it doesn't look, it looks like, what he's saying it had credibility, which it doesn't.
Only so much money in the pot.
Yeah, so much money in the pot.
Well, you just can't forget about the other roads either, like you said, you know, we got a whole county, it's just
Yeah.
not one certain spot, we're trying to, you know.
We've been doing pretty good the last few years, I mean, we've been, for 4 years, we've been buying a pretty good amount of gravel. And
Yeah.
You just gotta keep doing that.
Yeah.
Every year, little by little, pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then you start over.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's never ending, it is, you
Right.
know. More
It's a
traffic,
circle,
more
for sure.
traffic, you know, people are moving in more traffic, and
I really think we need, get that, use some of that for that.
well, I go ahead and entertain a motion on that, then, up to 15.
Okay, I make a motion that we look to bid out up to 15.
And you'd like the haul, but have an option there for delivery, or do you want?
We don't have the money, we better just stay home our own, I don't know
No,
what cuts in.
what we normally do, we're not gonna ever, we're gonna haul it ourselves, there's no question about that. But the point of it is you bid up to 15,000 yards of gravel. And then you also let them bid a haul price if they want to, and then you can see how much it costs to go from upper valley to lower valley, or just don't do it, because
No,
we're gonna wind up doing it ourselves. Just leave that part out of it,
There's an option,
100% up to you
but
guys.
how would the division be then on the delivery? On the 15?
Well, we don't know, you know, just, I guess that come next is if we see how much we're gonna put down there and then up here, say. You know, 10 and 5, I'm just saying this, I don't know, but if it's 10 down there and this, just put a haul rate in with both ends, I guess, I don't know how you.
Just about, it'd be pretty tough if the rate wasn't. How much does that cost delivered to the haul shop and how much does it cost delivered to the Beaver shop? It'd be the only way you could put a hauler price in. Because you can't put a rate into different roads. You know, you'd have to be in the upper or lower valley, so. Probably as well off just not doing it. I mean, certainly we can sit here and say, well, we're going down to lower rock creek, we're not gonna haul out of Beaver. You know, I mean, that's just common sense.
You
I
could
think-
put half and half and then that would be.
Well, I think
what the
that's-
Negotiation.
I think that's why we put on, you know, the gravel with one bid and then, just have people. Send in their trucking prices like we've done before,
Okay,
then we have it just in case, but we'll
okay.
do our own.
That's an emergency, basically you're saying?
Yeah.
Just
So
put
would
that in the
it be
bid.
worded that way?
Make it a separate.
Be a separate
I think
Separate
that's
bid,
all.
I would add that to your motion, separate bid for trucking prices and emergency. Something like that,
I second all that.
if that's your, are you good with that plan?
I am.
Alright,
Any public comment on that? Being none, all in favor?
I,
Good job.
so 15.
up to 50.
Normally, you just put your annual, bid for trucking equipment. For,
Well, yeah, we didn't do it last year, I don't think, but yeah.
I don't think we did last year either.
Yeah, just that usual one, yeah.
But we really concentrate on just the way the money deal is. I know it costs us to haul too, but.
Yeah.
If it gets down to that point, just do what we can.
So you can do mowing. We got that new trailer too, you know.
No, that's the thing, yeah. Alrighty, all in favor?
Paper what?
Have your motion.
Oh, why you kick me? I didn't even need
I'll
to
draft that.
lower the chair raising. I,
Motion been carried and passed. There was something else I was gonna ask.
so which of these are my roads?
What's that?
Which of these are my roads?
Just pick one.
Okay,
You're gonna go with him this spring.
did I get my roads gravelled last year?
You're always getting your road traveled.
Yeah.
Taser.
Hey.
I guess that's all I-
Listy under here.
There's gonna be a lot,
Check it off.
there's gonna be a lot of dirt patching that needs to be done as well.
Yeah, see, on the.
More so than last year.
Airport road's already starting to, well, I went,
So black line.
really.
But also, some of the cost them all to have.
Alrighty, well, did you have anything else?
No. Yeah, thanks. Don't lose those keys, Miranda.
I won't.
Oh. That, roll top desk, no one's wondering, I thought
Oh,
maybe
forgot.
bring it up to my office and you guys ever get a, mow the road crew, could you help me with it?
I can send some guys up.
Alright,
When do you wanna do it?
whenever they gotta. For a second, yeah, no rush,
Okay. Yeah,
alright.
we'll make it work.
You can take the top off, they said, I don't, Frank said that. the
Yeah,
top-
you can.
Alright.
Yeah.
Do you guys, do you know anybody wants any of that other stuff, otherwise it's going to the dump?
I don't want any. of them.
This guy's too.
And that too, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay.
Thanks.
Alrighty, well, we'll go ahead and move into the dam tenders report. Sitting at 64.28.73, 9.24 below full. Last week it was 8.88 below full. So, and we're at letting out 15 and I guess if whoever got told nobody's gonna let us go up, so.
To keep it at 15. So no point asking for 20 because they're gonna say no.
Yeah.
I think though, maybe we send another, I mean, it's gonna be kind of a weekly thing, cause we start getting a bunch of rain, then we don't have,
Yeah.
we don't lose that 2 weeks. If we don't mind blame, just,
Yeah,
and I was wondering why the legal what, we never hear from Brad, why do they go now, all of a sudden they're coming with a legal counsel telling us what to do?
I think, well, I talked to that Alex attorney and basically, the thought was that it should be, I think the decision should be going up the ladder and so basically he's conveying what, like the higher up folks are.
But he just,
Right, so-
I guess what my opinion was, he's just a legal with Brad, you know, he's supposed
Yeah,
to.
but Brad's given his opinion, says,
Oh.
up the chain.
Okay, yeah.
And then Alex is talking to the, I don't know if it's the director or someone that's, or the assistant director. Someone higher up the food chain. So.
No, second your motion. Any public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
I guess we'll go ahead and send it out again.
Do we send it today or wait till maybe Thursday with the rain or?
Just so if we had to make a decision next
Yeah,
week,
it'd be
then we
great
could go
too.
up, yeah, when you got, we got that today.
Yeah, I don't think you want, I mean, where you got to the point of its full pool and then you haven't let out a lot of water,
That's not,
yeah.
that's why it's, Sam Dennis is here, you know, they're just worried, then we start dumping all that, and their little ditches can't take it,
Yeah.
but yet they don't wanna lose it. So, it's gotta be kind of feasible and good for everybody and not just there.
Yeah.
We're not worrying about the fish, it's, you know, these people are making a living off of this. And it is a reservoir, I got called, said quit calling it a lake, so.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yes, on that note, we got, claims discussion decision.
Well, I'm gonna go upstairs. Let's see.
Okay. And there's quite a few already going up there.
Awesome.
Maybe look if they need more chairs, I'll come up and help or whatever. We got that, did you look over that, claim that the elevator guy? Paul wanted to look it over.
It's in there.
Yeah, I looked at it and, I mean, it's come on, he had, but Paul wanted to look at it, it's like 60 some thousand.
I guess maybe the question was if, since the, it hasn't been installed yet, if as long as they're, but they've got the actual elevators built, so.
Yeah,
that
I
should be
don't
paid
have a
for.
problem paying it, I mean, we have.
Yeah.
I don't know, did he have any questions on it?
No, he just said, get some eyes on it.
You could, well, and if Slate looked at it and. was good,
Yeah, everyone
Slate was
signed it,
good,
notarized.
Yeah,
I mean, they looked at him, he
Slate would be the one that would rely upon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks like an original. It was under my little thing, so maybe needs to be filed according. It was in September. Here's the copy. Is it copy? Yeah, it's a color copy. Color copy. Oh,
But I'll hang on to it just in
excuse
case.
me.
Yeah, I'll hang on to it just in case.
Okay.
And, I was gonna ask you, Blanche, at 12 o'clock, we have the letter for the county workers and union reps. And, I got a feeling we'll probably run over a little bit if we go ahead and approve that letter that we just signed, or that we'll sign that letter, is that be all right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess, cause I got.
Yeah.
And then the next one's that Trey County, I should have looked at it a little better, but I didn't, my phone.
So unlike the notice to lease, the GCMC. Is
Yeah.
that an every year thing, or is this something that we haven't done and we need to do?
35 years.
Cause what do we do, lease it for like $1?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's, yeah. I go ahead and go with what we've been doing
Yeah, Blaine said it legally, just have to advertise it for 5 weeks in the paper.
Yeah, so,
And I have the notice in there for you guys.
and then we'll just agree on paying him on the rental choice has been already. He's looked at it, so. I guess, I know we're jumping ahead a little bit, but I just got a feeling that, and if it comes down on the tri-county, if they gotta. We can always table that for next week, it's just. It's not, I mean, it's a big deal, but I just know what's.
Right. And then this just came in. For.
So do we have applications for these boards?
Just, no,
None
just one from D Dunkerson for the,
for the DUI task force? So we have an application from that one.
I already gave my opinion on, this is from Elena. Voice gone, my question. I will have a comment, a written one to follow, especially regarding 11 a.m. Will Miss Zorba, attorney for Mullen Law Firm, be available for question as per her letter? Yes, we have, we're not getting into a big lawyer here. This is gonna be more information so the people understand what they're bringing to the table and what's going on. We're not, and then I did give a report. She said, when I asked Scott specifically about the Council of Foreign Relations last week, he said, yes, he attended, and I did on Zoom with Jackie, and the report will be during the health board meeting. I did say what I thought.
yeah,
And they both have
Is
answered.
this just some,
It just came in. I just wanted to answer.
I
it.
sent her the link to what you watched as well. So she's got that.
And I guess I just entertain a motion that we go ahead with the paying, the applications, certificate payment for TCS.
Okay.
I'll second.
is this, like normal or is this?
Yeah.
And
It's just a little bit more involved to worry about. He's gonna have some questions. You know, but
so is this, was this in one of the claims?
Yeah.
I make a motion, we approve the application and certificate of payment.
Next step.
TCS.
TCS. I second that. Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Do we have to sign that or really? This is that subdivision one that Linda was in last week and then she brought down and just.
Okay.
Just sign it. Just sign
Oh. Oops. That's purple too. Things here.
it. None of the board stuff, we can always table that for next week, Lance. It's,
Yeah, and that's, I think that's a good idea. Just going back to Linda.
yeah. Guess I'd entertain a motion on the claims.
I'll make a motion, we accept the claims.
Second it. Any public comment on claims? All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry to hurry it along a little bit. I should have gave one more time. I thought it was gonna be a different setup form. I didn't know 100 people. Bad people. But I think they need to listen. Get the information, what they're bringing to the table first. And I have the sheriff's gonna do that. And blow up. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I'll take this into the room.
Scott, you wanna? If there's gonna be no zone, because there's a bunch of people downtown. So, and then I'll probably pause it. Okay.
So I guess.
Yeah.
Being on this next meeting, there will not be no Zoom today. There's so much, information coming in that we had to move it upstairs and we're not set up there to. I don't like them comments. I'm sorry, but we won't have Zoom on the meeting up there, but you're sure welcome to come. Thank you. All right, we had a big meeting and it overran quite a bit, but, we're gonna jump right into the notice to lease Granite County Medical Center and Drummond Clinic buildings and premises, advertising in local newspapers for 5 weeks. Brian, what you call me? Go ahead and state your name.
Yeah, all right. So I'm Brian Huso, CEO of Granite County Medical Center. I just wanted to make sure that the commissioners know that it's on record that it's Granite County Medical Center's intention to lease the building again for another 5 years. So.
Okay, so I'd entertain the motion.
So the motion would be to have to advertise it by statute within, for 5 weeks. Put in a written proposal as well.
Oh, so you want it in writing?
Yeah.
All right, we can do that.
And then, so we'll put the notice in the paper.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that, we renew the lease with
Or
GCMC.
advertise, a lease.
I was gonna say that and
Oh.
finish my.
All right.
And then advertise in the local newspaper for 5 weeks.
But you can't, what I was gonna say,
Okay,
you can't approve the lease now, you just gotta put the notice in the paper.
Okay, so what we're doing, we're approving putting the notice in the newspaper for 5 weeks. For the notice of the lease.
We get proposals, which historically you've only gotten
Yeah.
one proposal.
So we'll get proposals.
The proposals have to be in good faith.
Yeah. Okay,
I second that.
Buck here.
All right. Thank
Any
you, Rick.
public comment on that? Being none, all in favor?
All right, I'll give you a written notice.
Yeah,
Okay, thanks.
I'll send you the notice so you know when, I'll put on the info.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, did they get a hold of you about the Board of Health? Deb's trying to get a hold of you.
Yes,
Gotta
I
have
think
somebody
not
else.
necessarily me, but one of my senior leaders,
Okay.
yeah.
Alright.
And so we certainly want to continue to be a part of that. We haven't, but we should be,
Yeah,
it will be.
sure helps, so,
Yeah.
all right, thanks.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll jump back to the Tri-County Fair Board resignation and appointments for Tri-County Fair Board from Granite County.
Amanda Weaver, who's a board member, is on.
Okay, Amanda, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect. Yeah, so I just wanted to jump on and I talked to Ben, who I know isn't there, but I just talked to him a few minutes ago because he's traveling back from Helena. Unfortunately, he can't make it, but he is going to tie in with you guys. And he fully supports as well, just moving on, and believes we need to have full representation and functionality and support and someone else, just full capacity on the fair board of people just there to be able to do stuff. So we're hoping we can just move forward. We have a few people in mind to talk to. I don't know if you guys need to advertise it or if we can talk to people and have them submit their interest or how we need to go about it, but we're just ready to move forward because it's been over a year without this person
I don't think
there.
we can act How we get the resignation. Right?
Well, is your understanding she's going to resign, or does the commission just need to act?
I think the commission just needs to act per the bylaws. We're extremely late on acting anyways. In the bylaws, it states 3 unexcused absences. She has not attended a meeting since last November. So it's been for a year. And we have monthly meetings.
Why I went down to Ben and he was gone, and I've been there twice and I haven't caught up with him, but I think a person needs to get a letter.
But it's not required, but if that's what you're wanting, that could be.
I think it's. Don't you, or else we just take it.
I mean,
We just wanna do it the right way.
yeah, I mean, it's legally right to, do the bylaws, you guys can, remove the board member, but if you're not.
It don't matter to me either, I just wanna do it the right way, cause I think there would be.
Well, had she received a certified letter stating that you haven't been to any meetings and the bylaws say this and this and this, do you think we need to go?
I don't think she's gonna send a letter, but,
This is something that if, the only thing that I think about this, does she know that the bylaws are, if you miss so many meetings?
Yes.
that You,
yeah,
this is the only thing I'm saying, if
Yeah.
she doesn't want to get off the board, then we need to request that she say something. So
She's conveyed that she's done. And she knows, she's already stated she's gonna send a letter. And I was like, Katie, you could just send an email, and she just hasn't.
Blanche was talking, so.
Oh,
Can you
sorry.
hear? Yeah, no, I let him Blanche was
Okay,
explaining
the only
stuff.
thing that I would ask is that because of the truancy, is possibly she received a certified letter stating what the bylaws are and that she has received it before anything.
and, what Amanda was saying is that, the board member expressed that she wants to resign, just hasn't
Oh,
that done actually send in the resignation.
but if we don't have proof, I don't want, I'm just saying this, so we have that paper.
Yeah, there's that,
If she's resigning, then resign in writing.
yeah. But she won't, that's the issue.
Whatever, we just take her off, or if she hasn't been to a meeting, that's why I was trying to get hold of Ben, so he could be here to understand what. It's in his ballpark too.
But, what Amanda's saying is they need to get going with a new member, but
We need
it's up to
to-
you.
we need documentation, is all I'm saying, before we kick somebody off. I don't
We're
really,
just going by word, if we had it in
Yeah.
writing, then.
Well, I'd say, yeah, the letter then could say if you don't hear back from her within a week, then, I mean, I'd put a short deadline on it.
Let's put it on the agenda for next week, and, discussion decision, and then we can go. Cause if they're not big a hurry, you gotta get advertisement unless they.
So- where does that letter come from, the board? Or from the
I
commissioner?
said for the commission.
I just assume the commissioners, then it's going in,
Okay,
is that all right, Amanda?
Yeah, I just, absolutely. Yeah, if you guys want documentation, I mean, I have talked to her and other fair board members. There's been like 3 fair board members talk to her. She has expressed her intent to send a letter of resignation, hasn't done it. They've mentioned just, why don't you just send an email? It's a simple sentence or 2. And apparently she still hasn't done it. So I don't know what the issue is. It's like she's holding it hostage for no reason. So I don't understand. We just want to move forward and get somebody else on the board.
I would say not even a certified letter, a letter to her saying I need to hear back in a week or we'll consider it a resignation.
But what if she says, I never got the letter?
Well,
I think an email.
you can do both, email and a hard copy of the letter.
Let's just do a hard copy and an email. Do you have her email?
I do. I do.
Could you call and give it to, I don't want to go over it.
Give it to Miranda.
Yeah, just to Miranda, please. And then we can go
Have,
from
yeah,
there.
have Blaine just text me her email.
All right.
Or I may have Katie's, let me see if it's the updated one. Yes, I have it. I'll give it to Miranda.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we'll move on with that one and we'll get that took care of right away so we can make a decision next Tuesday. If we hear something back this week before Thursday, we can start getting it put in, get it advertised.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Okay, so the next one's Granite County Compensation Board, one vacancy countywide. We have all them today. Wasn't that Becky Harding was applying for that?
Yeah, we did that last week.
Oh. I don't remember seeing
We
that.
have DUI task force, I think.
Yeah, just vacancies regarding all the,
There's an application for the DUI.
so that's all the boards that need spots right there.
Okay, this one's for the DUI task force and it's D. Dumberson. Make a motion to accept the application for the DUI task force.
I make a motion that we accept his application for the DUI task force.
Next second it. Any public comment? On favor?
Aye.
This other stuff is just, oh, this is all recorded. Not the Craig County.
The sheriff had recommended a couple who had also accepted, they haven't sent in,
Just easy on one.
Tina was gonna come in on the 25th.
Yeah, and I think she still does want to.
Okay,
Just
so
a-
you put out, who was the other one? Amanda Moore?
Yeah.
I didn't see no. I don't know. I think I'm no, usually I'm in my.
Scott doesn't even know, which is in here. It's in one of the has Scott.
I don't.
Yeah.
Scott Benderson, you sent us a letter and correspondence. We have folks interested and I recommend you appoint to the DUI task force for Don Reese. Prevention specialist for Southwest and Amanda Bull. Oh yeah, I read this. Dennis Fusion is a license addiction. If he's capable or thinking they'd be good on his recommendation, taking anything, put them on.
Who was it?
There's Don Reese, R-I-E-S.
Yeah, female.
Amanda
They have to fill
Bull.
out an application,
Huh?
I think our letter of interest has been there, but,
letter of interest.
I think you could take his email.
Okay.
I'll make the motion we accept on Scott's
Recommendation.
recommendation, thank you.
I will second it.
Don Reese and Amanda Moore.
And Kim Vince Bushin,
Busha, Tina Busha,
Keith,
and Amanda Moore.
yeah. Oh, wow. Did you second it?
I second it.
Public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Right, motion to carry the pass. I would think we had to have a, you know.
Yeah,
Okay,
Well, the PPE, or is there other board appointments?
re-advertising,
Just re-advertising the lists that they have.
Oh, okay.
notice the lease, you know, there's people in here
Those all have vacancies. Those are all the vacant boards.
that, so we need to put this in the paper, show them what's
Yeah.
vacant.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion, we go ahead and put this in the paper,
I'll second it.
and it's a compensation board, read board, board of adjustments, tax appeal board, TV district, Drummond TV district, Philster TV district, and Lennox County Board of Health. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. On that note, I think we can adjourn.
Oh, a PPE letter, you guys approve that? Send already, or?
When we were in here earlier, before we went up, we had said we'd go ahead and send it, 'cause we already said we was gonna send them a
Yeah,
letter.
Yeah.
So that's.
Alright.
is that the road one?
And we signed it before
Okay.
we went up, 'cause
Alright,
I knew it was gonna overrun, I just trying to save her. And so everything, and then we accepted the claims, there's a motion on the claims, we accepted to pay TCS, a motion on that, the letters all took care of, took the good. Taken care of.
got his boots out again?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
I second it.
Look at, see this? You know, we just said if you're gonna be on there, just stuff, you gotta show your face.
But if you're giving comments, yeah.
I mean, ones that were earlier, cause I got on and said we were going